name is Cheryl Johnson, and I'm going to be presenting a slideshow presentation on integrative studies using my personal narrative. So, I've learned a lot in integrative studies, and I'm excited about sharing what I have learned using my personal narrative. So, as you see here, my major is human sciences, and I have two concentrations. One is human development and family studies, and the other is secondary education. So, let's get started. Integrative studies. What is integrative studies? So, integrative studies to me means a diverse way of learning different disciplines in order to achieve one common goal. It involves embracing and adjusting inadvertent changes that takes place throughout one's life journey. So, basically, integrative studies is where you have one major, and then there's a lot of different careers and jobs and studies that are under that umbrella of that one major. So that one major ties into all of the different disciplines. Disciplines such as education and hostessing and restaurant business and just, a lot of different things where, learning human sciences will contribute because you're learning about the human, okay? So, integrative studies is beneficial. How is it beneficial? It's beneficial because it enhances the inner educational value that will contribute to solving problems in multicultural and realistic environments. The common thread. So what is the common thread? Well, the common thread is that one thing that ties everything together into that one common goal or that one career goal. And it's what brings everything together. So there is a quote by Bateson, and it says, "To weave something new from different threads." So if you think about a quilt is made of all different types of threads coming from different places throughout the quilt, but it's all knitted together to make what? One huge quilt. And it's the same for integrative studies. So this next slide is going to pretty much discuss a historical summary of my personal narrative. So it starts out as me being a young child. So as a young child, I had an interest in becoming a school teacher. I was that student that would bring things home on the last day of school, all those extra books and workbooks and worksheets, and I would collect all those from my teacher and I would bring those home. And during the summer when school was out, I would lay those things out, and those were my invisible students in their desk, and I would teach the class. So I would spend my summers most of the time playing school. I would check roll, check papers, grade papers, and actually had my dolls spread out too as part of my classroom. And so that's where it started, as me wanting to become a school teacher. Well, when I graduated high school, I've had an interest in accounting because I wanted to be in the corporate world, thinking I would make lots of money being in the corporate world. So I ended up graduating high school and entering community college to study accounting. Well, after my first 2 semesters, I got married, and I ended up getting a job at a bank, and that was my foot in the door to the corporate world. I attempted to continue college, but working full time and not making a lot of money at that time, I just kind of pushed college off to the side and just focused on being a full-time wife and working and trying to save money so that I could go back to school. Well, at age 23, I had my first child, And so then I became a full-time mom, full-time wife, and a full-time employee. But I accepted the challenge and the change. And my moral was for family comes first. That was what I believed, was family came first. And so, hoping that one day I would finish school, I continued to work. I continued to try to build myself up in the corporate world and banking. And at the age of 32, I had my second child. Still, college was at the back of my mind, but not too much at the front, because I was, full-time mom of two now, and working full-time. So I just continued on with that. However, there came another change in my life. There was a change in my marriage, and pretty much took a turn for the worse at that time. So I became a full-time mom of two, more or less like a single mom. And so after about 8 months of staying with my aunt, me and my two kids, my husband and I were reconciled, and our marriage got back together. And so I got back on track with working full-time and being a mother, being a wife, trying to take courses here and there to enhance my accounting skills. And then I continued on in corporate. However, I started going through a series of roller coaster rides of being laid off. So after being laid off in 2016, which is my last layoff, I decided to do something different. And so I landed a substitute teaching job with a district, and I ended up subbing. I thought about, this is something I wanted to do when I was a little girl. So I felt like this would test the waters to see if it's something I really wanted to pursue as far as a career. I felt like there was a calling, a real calling on my life at that time. So in 2017, I enrolled in school to finish my degree, but not in accounting, but to become a teacher. So I worked 2 years as a teacher's aide. So I got my experience in, and that was my confirmation that this is something that I really wanted to pursue and do, and bring closure to that little girl who used to play school. In 2019, I was accepted in the TTU College of Education, and I started studying and taking the core 291, yay, recompense. Taking the 291 core. However, I didn't pass all of the content, so that kind of threw me for a loop, and I had to choose another option. And that's when the option of the College of Human Sciences came to mind and was presented to me as well, to pursue my degree so that I can move forward to complete that desire of becoming a school teacher. And so that's what I did. Gracefully, I have been given that opportunity with the Human Sciences College, and I am on track to pursue that degree so that I can become a school teacher. Now, through all of that, I have accepted the fact that everything is working together, everything is threading and working together to achieve my goal of becoming a teacher. This next slide, life's trajectory. There's 3 things that life's trajectory has represented here, and that's educationally, personally, and in my future. Educationally, I'm headed to complete a Bachelor of Science degree in the Human Sciences with concentrations in Human Development and Family Studies and education. However, after I graduate, I will enroll in Texas Teachers Alternative Certification Program to receive an EC through 6 certification license. So even though I was dismissed from the TTU College of Education, I still have the opportunity to graduate with my bachelor's and to go through an alternative certification program to get that one common goal of becoming a school teacher. So how does this affect me personally? Personally, I'm looking forward to teaching elementary children. So So being in the Human Sciences College and learning about integrative studies, this will help me to learn how to understand and build rewarding relationships with my future students and parents. So what does this mean for my future? I hope to change lives inside and outside of the classroom just from learning about integrative studies and the different disciplines. And I also hope to help students become lifelong learners to achieve their academic goals. Well, how does this help? Because of my life experiences and how I embraced challenges and how I made adjustments and kept going on, changed my life in the end as well. So what are the connections? Well, the common threads are what the connections are. Experiences, personally and educationally. So what are the elements for the connection, my connections? Diversity among changing environments, furthering my education with Texas Tech, and problem solving, which came from life's challenges and experiences, and then prior knowledge connecting with new knowledge. So my prior knowledge of corporate America, my prior knowledge of the college, I learned from the College of Education, those courses that I took, educational courses, and then my new knowledge, which are my human sciences courses, integrative studies, interdisciplinary studies, all of my just coursework that comes with the Human Sciences College. All right, continuity. So there is a quote about continuity, and it comes from Tanner, and it reads, "We all experience discontinuity. We all experience transition. We all experience change. It is how we assimilate those changes into our life that makes a difference in whether our further development is healthy." So from this quote, it's just making sure that everything we went through will help us to continue to go on forward in a healthy state of mind. The continuity within the discontinuity was perseverance for me to reach a career goal. So even though I became a wife, a mother, and now a grandmother, my determination to achieve my dream job as a teacher has helped me to keep going until I reach that goal. My life experiences, when you talk about continuity, it means to continue. So my life experiences and my heart to help children become lifelong learners is what I will continue on because it'll help me to steer in the right direction. Through disruptions and adjustments that fitted me, those disruptions and adjustments fitted me to who I am today. And the last slide is my references, which is Tanner and Bateson. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Thank you. Guns up.